Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan with the Chart Guys, trader and technical analyst for the last 14 years. We're going to check in on the broader market as one by one names are giving us the weekly higher lows that we were looking for, and we're setting up a showdown into the FOMC next week. Let's get to the charts. All right, so we have SPY with a solid green week. It is still an inside bar at this point. We headed into the week looking for weekly higher lows in a lot of assets. The little clip we put out to start the week on Twitter talked about looking for the weekly higher low in SPY, QQQ, Bitcoin, silver, gold, etc. And we're going to talk about a lot that have formed it and a lot that have not formed it yet. SPY is one that has not done so yet. We got within $1, $1.41 today. We are about 1.2% from all-time highs. And again, I am bullish until the weekly chart tells me to be bearish. And once we had the fear dump, this was now my level to go off of. Now we've got these higher lows trying to form, can move up that level. And again, it's just a simple statement. The bulls have absolute complete control, and we will hit all-time highs unless the low of last week breaks. It's a very simple, straightforward sentence. It almost seems so simple it's dumb, but a lot of people just don't keep that mindset where that has to break. If that does not break, we're going higher. So that's now the most important short-term support for me, 539.44 on SPY. QQQ weekly higher low is set. Broke it by a few pennies, the high of last week, almost 70 whatever cents. And so again, it's just an equilibrium, which is the most likely scenario when you see significant volatility in both directions. And once that bounce on the weekly to start August saw 50% plus retracement, we know to scout the equilibrium. And so now we've got the higher low. QQQ most important support is 448.19, and now it's all about 485.54 resistance. FOMC is in 3 trading days, 3.5. And if it's a bearish reaction, we'll keep tightening up. And if it's a bullish reaction, we'll be heading towards all-time highs. And QQQ has further to go, about 6+% from where we stand right now. SMH, still a weekly inside bar. Has not set the higher low yet. NVDA has. Monster move off the low. We know NVDA has to be a leader, and it's doing so. Keeping in mind we can still go pretty much 8% higher and still be in a tightening range. So there is a good bit of space to keep tightening up. And we also have to keep in mind not only who's setting weekly higher lows, who's confirmed trend changes yet. Look at how beautiful this was where NVDA loses the daily stair step at 126.66, chops around, eventually rolls over, stair step breaks bull at 106. So you're getting a $20 move down from the stair step here, and then a $15 move up from the stair step on the way back up. It's just nice and clear. And again, wouldn't be surprised at all for this thing to keep on tightening up towards the end of September. But definitely watching closely as one of the major players in the market. And again, just looking at weekly higher lows, Amazon, one of the first names to set it, we have a weekly uptrend regained. Amazon hitting the highest level in 6 weeks almost. We got Microsoft just now confirming, again, no follow through, but confirming a weekly uptrend, trying to negate a head and shoulders. I've got my Microsoft swing position that I've had since end of 2022, start of 2023, somewhere around there. And I was going to cut it if 388 broke. And I still will, but looking like the bulls can potentially save things here with monthly EMA 12. Again, in my ideal scenario, I want to see the broader market make one more push up to be very blatantly obvious that a blow off top is coming. And I say that because right now, this liquidation and overconfident bull flush reminds me of Bitcoin blue sky breakouts that we've traded multiple times over the last 7 years, where you get those full bull control, sucker punch, reset everything, and then another big leg up before an eventual blow off top. So that's my ideal scenario, just because I know I would be recognizing it very clearly, and I would be selling my longs into strength, and then I would be patiently waiting for a blow off top to form. We'll see if we get it, but it's all about the weekly for now. So Microsoft's got it. Tesla's got it. Tesla weekly uptrend, higher low and higher high has formed. Who else? Silver and gold, we'll get to them in just a moment. Weekly higher lows set. So I'd say about half the names that I've been watching have set the weekly higher low, and the other half have not done so yet. Apple, again, simple statement. If Apple weekly EMA 12 is support, it's a potential cup and handle pattern right under the all-time highs. And again, remember XLF gave us that daily cup and handle right under all-time highs. Fairly similar. So again, I'm just open to the possibility. A lot of people, couldn't fathom that QQQ was a potential monthly cup and handle here. And a lot of people can't fathom that these tightening ranges can break bull to another all-time high. I'm just open to anything. If they break bear, absolutely. All of my perspective shifts. But until that happens, I have a bull lean because the long-term trends are up and SPY is knocking on the door of all-time highs. XLV, hourly uptrend regained. What do you call a confirmed trend in one direction or the other with no follow-through? A potential flag. You zoom out. XLV is a potential weekly bull flag coming off of all-time highs. We confirmed a daily downtrend straight into a daily bounce, and here we are testing. No, we just hit it. Highest level in 5 days. So bulls trying to shape up a weekly bull flag on XLV, just like here, and the burden is on the bears to prove to us that it is not a bull flag, and they aren't doing a good job at the moment. XLF is a bit weaker. We had that big drop for the last 2 days. Hourly is tightening up, low, high of the bounce, higher low, lower high, tightening up. That tightening hourly range is going to break tomorrow. And again, same thing. We're looking for a weekly higher low on XLF with tons of space for it to form. The burden is on bears to make this weekly chart look ugly because right now it looks just fine, just like XLV. IWM has been weaker. It's looking for a weekly higher low, but it's not close to forming here. We need to bounce, set a daily lower high, wherever that's going to be, and then confirm a daily uptrend for that weekly higher low to be set. I have lost interest trading IWM, traded it a good bit on this breakout, stopped out, and haven't really played it much since. There's been plenty of volatility, but I've been focusing on other things that I am more comfortable trading. NIO, I took a long today. So I'm interested in NIO, as I think I mentioned, just a long-term double bottom and trying to break to 6-month highs. And again, if you go around the market, there's a lot of these growth names that had monster runs, massive dumps and fades, which looks like a crypto chart, and then looking to put in a bottom. And if you look at like Hood, that's what I'm talking about. Massive run, give it all back, trade sideways for 2 years, and then flip momentum and see a 200% move up over the span of 8 months after trading sideways for 2 years. So that's the balancing trade strategy, I think it's called, our video. Balancing trade chart, guys. Look it up. But it's when you have a very clear trend and then you trade sideways. It's the scales doing this, and then you look for the scales to flip. And so I'm watching for NIO to try and do that. But I missed this move up on NIO. I didn't play earnings, so I missed it. So what do? I wait for the back burner. Why do we call it the back burner? Because I knew 4 days ago, the next trade that I'm going to be looking at for NIO is hourly oversold for a daily higher low. I stick it on the back burner, and I don't have to do anything until the trade presents itself. The trade comes to me, and then I take it. And so we go to hourly, pull up our handy-dandy TCG back burner indicator, and see that it fired at the lows this morning, a little bit before those lows, but made some entries. Got filled 516, 513, 512, something like that. Sell 2/3 on the initial bounce. 525 was really stubborn. And then now we got to break even under the low of today. And so if this is going to be a really strong daily chart, it's going to be, I'm getting distracted. If it's going to be a really strong daily chart, hourly oversold will mark a daily higher low, and we'll see continuation, and we'll break 605. If not, I'll stop out. You're more prone to gaps on NIO than other names because it trades in China overnight, and so I'm definitely aware of that. With my position sizing, it's possible it does gap down under my stop loss, my break-even stop, but giving it a shot. TCNNF, I'm going to do a cannabis-specific video this weekend, and it still looks just fine. Trying to test the recent double top at 1123, trying to get to 4-month highs, but not there just yet. And again, it's relative strength, TCNNF divided by MSOS. I'm assuming it's all-time highs today. All-time highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 7 days. That is why I am in this name. It is so much easier to trade in the direction of relative strength or relative weakness than it is to trade against it. DXY, rejecting from daily resistance. Bear flag remains on the table on the weekly chart. Gold already heading higher. Silver with a huge day today, 4.4%. If this breaks bear, that would be great for follow through, but wouldn't be surprised to see the dollar tighten up into the FOMC. But gold, congrats gold bulls, weekly higher lows set, new all-time highs. What do we keep saying? If weekly EMA 12 is support, the bulls have absolute control. Nothing to worry about. Silver looks a lot like Bitcoin, but stronger. This weekly inverse head and shoulders trying to shape up. Bulls need to get over 30.19 to confirm the weekly uptrend and set a convincing monthly higher low off EMA 12. So big old day for silver. Miners, GDX, huge day. Heading back towards the recent highs. GDX is trying to test. If we get to 39.97, 2% away, that is the highest level in 2.5 years almost. Definitely a little rising wedgie. I definitely am not ignoring. It's a bull chart, but I put on my bear glasses and say, don't get caught sleeping on a potential rising wedge. But first, let's see how we respond to this resistance and what the dollar does. But great day for the metals and miners. Oil getting the daily bounce underway. A lot of proving to be done still. Have to confirm an uptrend on the daily after we stop out. Energy sector, little bounce with it. Daily stair step. 7 days in a row has broken. But again, just looking for daily lower highs to be the result of this bounce, at least initially. We'll see if the bulls can confirm that daily uptrend and shift momentum. So solid 2 days for the bulls. Again, big, NASDAQ went up 4% straight off the lows yesterday. Just very significant. It's a little mini melt up to go up 5% in the entire NASDAQ in the span of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of regular trading. That is a lot in a short amount of time. We're definitely a bit extended. Again, wouldn't be surprised at all to tighten up. Definitely need to be prepared for that. That means trimming longs a little bit. Maybe that means adding some hedges back. I exited some FAZ bear position on XLF yesterday. I still have some hedges. I've got stops. SQQQ stop is over here if QQQ breaks, and SPXS stop is over the all-time high, and that's from entering some hedge a bit early on the run-up, selling some on the pullback, and then just sticking to stop and saying, I'm either stopping out of these positions or they're long-term holds, and I hope I stop out because I still have a bull lean in the markets with my positioning. So burden on bears as far as I'm concerned, and we'll see if SPY can join in the weekly higher low that so many other names have formed. Bitcoin as well, still proving to do there. 1 day at a time, and then we'll see the FOMC reaction. But the direction this weekly equilibrium breaks is obviously going to have very significant implications to Q4. Are we in Q4 yet? No. After this month, Q4. So this weekly equilibrium is setting the stage for Q4. Do good things. Hope you're well. I haven't been recording any content, so just imagine some animals and flowers and stuff.